Come on, bring the stick back. Huh? Stick. Dying to come to this Walmart since we've passed it like 8 times, driving all the way into the mountains a bunch of times to get to different campgrounds, and it's just this like camped out wood looking Walmart that's just in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. So I don't know, very cool. Got some Wendy's at the map. I gotta say, the Jackery 100 watt solar Saga panel, it's pretty tight. All I have to do is plug it into my Jackery. That's right now already plugging in my fridge and my fan that's running above me. My fantastic fan. And the solar Saga is just here in front of me on the ground. And it's pulling in, I think, 40 watts out of the 100. Usually it can peak, we've gotten up to, I think, 79 watts in. But that's pretty crazy. That's a lot from the sun. So definitely a thumbs up on that buy for living with little K. He's let me borrow it today just to kind of test it out. I like it a lot. For 300 bucks, I mean, it's a little pricey, but you can get power from the sun, so you get what you pay for, definitely. I am sure some of you may be wondering how we refill our canisters or how we buy these. I know in Canada right now there's a shortage on these 16-ounce propane. We refill them with a 20-pound propane tank and the small adapter. You just flip this upside down, open it up, screw this on, and it refills it. And you just gotta make sure you resets the pin in there so it doesn't leak out, and you're good to go. We're gonna get 4 of those done right now because we are running low on Rhonda. And the heat needs to be run. It's only 30 degrees right now. I mean, it looks sunny, but cold as cold.
We have this little Packer plaque from Wisconsin, and obviously it's a little gross. So we bought some paint, and we're going to paint it. I don't know, just a little side project. Gotta have those when you're in van life. Sorry for the lighting. We are currently on Jackery power.
Not even Jackery power. This is off-grid power. We're only running our battery lights right now.
Yeah, the fridge is using the Jackery as a power source right now, so we're using batteries.
Yeah, let's explain them to that. This is super important. We only have the Jackery 240, and with the Jackery 240, we only have enough watts to run our refrigerator for 1 day, and that's just our refrigerator. That's no lights, no chargers, no charging our laptops, no TV, nothing. Just charging our fridge, keeping our fridge alive for 1 day off of our 240. That's simply not big enough, and that's why we're buying the Blue Eddy 2000.
Which is actually why I was kind of starting this vlog. Living a week without much money, a really good dinner is pigs in a blanket. And little K was super nice enough to make it for us and get everything. So that's another thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is, you know, it's nice to have someone else there to just kind of help us.
Yeah, more nomads. Honestly, if you're a nomad and you're in the Colorado area, drop a comment below and maybe we can link up. We would love to see some subscribers, and maybe if you guys have rigs and things like us, that would be so awesome.
in, and it tells you to lock this door. All right, everyone's going in. Everyone's going in.
Come on. Spaceship time.
Get out of the toilet.
Okay.
This is the first time all of us have been in the bathroom.
And then
listen.
Your maximum use time is 10 minutes. Press button to unlock door.
okay, so then you would go to the bathroom here.
Right.
Open tissues.
Okay, I think that's supposed to give you tissues, but I think it's all out.
All right,
or
yeah.
something. Anyways, and then the toilet will flush when your hands are washed or when the cubicle is vacated. It's got soap, water, hand dryer, and if you listen, it plays classical music for you.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And then you just unlock, walk out.
Elevated.
This thing is so cool. Stop it. But you'd press that green button to open the door, and that'll let you know if someone's in there or not.
To off-road. Today we're actually up in Cascade Mountain or Woodland Park, Colorado, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day with an amazing topic to talk about right away in this weekend's little vlog. I'm sure you see in the title below that I got fired for living in a van, and that's crazy, and that's definitely the topic we're gonna be talking about first. But before we dive into it, let's get to camp and set up camp. Before we get parked, these are all the rules for Cascade Mountain. I may have misled you a little bit. We're not gonna get into the topic right away. We're gonna actually get some lunch in. And for lunch, we're having some crackers. MJ is just now shooting a couple of pictures for our Instagram channel, which if you do not follow us yet, it is at Yeti and MJ on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So you can definitely go and check us out on any of those platforms. We post pretty frequently on all of those. So YouTube has been a little lenient on our posting because it takes a long time to put together a full video. Let's get some food in us. The wind has kind of died down, but bear with me if there is some strong gusts coming from this insanely deep valley. But look at this incredible view right now. This is the topic. I got fired today. Location that I guess I'm not even gonna name. I got fired today for living in my van. Basically what happened is I went into my boss's office today. He called me in there to basically tell me that I shouldn't be wearing sweatpants at work. And when I told him that I think that's incredibly rude to tell just one person that they need to then change to a dress code, he then told me that staying on boondocking when they allowed us to boondock on their property was just fine for a couple of weeks now, maybe a month. He told me that we could not stay there anymore because he didn't want us not getting a house for the winter. He didn't want us to be living in our van for the winter here in Colorado. Now, completely understandable. I understand a lot of people's concerns when it comes to living in some seriously harsh climates. Rhonda, my van, has been prepared for such climates. She is an all-season round RV, so I can actually stay in her in the dead of winter and still be okay. Given, you know, some hiccups of frozen things and things just not acting the right way because it's cold, we are still going to be okay because we have multiple different ways of heating our van. This video isn't just about that. I really don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to come off like some thug guy that was just running his life and doing whatever he wanted and screw the main guy, and that's not me. That's not me. I'm a really, really hard worker, and I've put in my all to about a lot of the companies I go and work for across the United States, and I have a lot of great references because of that. So I am not worried about one job telling me that I can't work there. That's okay, because there are many of jobs where I'm completely capable of doing the work. I wanted to tell you guys that on the outside view. Pretty great perspective view. Look at that. Oh man, looking absolutely incredible. Sophie's running around here. Come on, Sophie. Here she is. MJ, how you having? The fire's just getting going. Good job.
Hopefully it stays going.
Yeah. Got enough firewood to last us like an hour or so, maybe a couple hours. I'll probably go back down there and grab some more before it gets too dark. But
I'm sure Bill K will go with you
yeah,
when he gets here.
it's just starting to get sundown, so hopefully he gets here before it's dark. Good girls. Stay, girl. Stay. Sit. Stay. Good girl. Stay. Stay. Okay. Do whatever you want. Just like that, it's morning. Day 2 of being up at Cascade or Woodland Park, Cascade Mountain. It's pretty good. So far the night warm was nice. It wasn't too cold last night. We got living with little K chopping some wood. Still working on the firewood. We are very consistent with our firewood here at the base camp. On the back works here on the trunk that I just installed on Rhonda, I got my extra 7 gallons of water, so now I have 14 gallons of water on board. I have my 20-gallon propane tank, and then my detail box here with a bunch of my detail chemicals to kind of keep Rhonda clean and clean some other vehicles if I need to, and some other rags that are drying out because they look really nasty. They must have got really wet because that box isn't waterproof. So if the chemicals get wet, it's okay because they're all sealed, but that kind of looks like it got pretty ruined. I might have to wash those. And Linda is looking pretty dirty. She is up in the mountains, so I don't expect her to be super clean. As you can see, the rust is getting way worse on Rhonda. That's just something that I have to deal with, that bite the bullet, that I bought something with some really rusty rockers, and that is eating my van fast. So I have to either get a new rig or get some new rockers and get some welder that knows what he's doing to get some sick rockers welded up on there. But until then, I have Sophie here making the van look good everywhere we go. Right, Sophie? Owning a van and living the van life, honestly, this is the more or less seen part of living van life, is the amount of maintenance and work that always will go into your rig. No matter where you are, what you're doing, you always have to be remembering all the maintenance. Otherwise, your rig could be leaving you stranded somewhere. This isn't that case for today for stranded issues. It's just with my AVS plastic shade cover. The glue little 3M tape that it came with, sorry for the wind, kind of just gave out, and they were $50 on Amazon, and I don't obviously want this to blow off on the highway, which it definitely would rip right out of here. So I'm gonna glue it from here and just kind of adhesive it to the inside of the trim. And the glue I'm using is going to be some super strong Gorilla Glue, super glue, and let's get this thing on here and see if this works. After getting a ton of firewood, my arms are all cut up, and I come inside to eat a cookie, and I see Mr. Clab in heaven. He is literally having the time of his life, wagging his tail as he sleeps in the sun. It's a happy kitty, right, MJ?
Oh yeah.
Having a good time. I'm enjoying a cookie right in front of the mountain view. I went around and checked this now, and it's pretty good. It's better, but I'm gonna probably glue it a little bit more just to make sure it's secure. I wiped all the windows, but they've already gotten dusty again because we're up here on the top and it's very, very windy. Right now I'm gonna check the oil, the windshield wiper fluid, and the coolant to make sure that we're all good on all of those things as well. Bear with me on the wind, but I checked the coolant here and I was a little low on coolant, but not much. I checked the oil. It looks like I actually may have added a little bit too much oil from the last time that I added oil on our Bishop's Castle trip. So I may just get an oil change. I know I could just drain it, and but I don't think I'm too full, so I think I'll be all right just to get another oil change soon, so the oil is nice and replaced, because I haven't gotten one since moving to Colorado. And then last but not least, I checked my washer fluid over here, and that is all topped up, and that was only a little bit gone as well. So my engine bay is probably one of the cleanest places inside my van, because I keep this thing enormously clean to be able to access everything in here that I need to. I'm not very mechanically inclined, but I'm definitely not shy of digging my hands in the motor and figuring things out, especially when we have a tool of YouTube where you guys are even learning these things today, like where all these things are located on the 2004 GMC Savannah van. It's moments like these that I really enjoy van life. When you get to get up to wherever your spot is, park your vehicle home, and just take a look at the view. Take it all in. It's so windy up here, but it's so beautiful. It's not very cold, it's just kind of windy. So for recording, it's not very ideal. But yeah, we got enough firewood to kind of last us through the night, I think. The fire's been going really well, keeping us nice and warm, but also keeping the camp area nice and clean, picking up a lot of the trash and glass and burning it all or throwing it away. So it's been pretty nice. Been a nice day to just kind of relax and film videos. We just got done filming our tour of the van, and he got done filming the tour of his rig. So we've been kind of productive up here, just filming lots of videos. Nissan rig is pretty slick, so you know, pretty close to the Frontier or the F-150 rig. Right now we're still sitting around the fire, burning up the last of our lumber that we cut down. Not much left. It's getting kind of late, sundown.
I actually do look like a model, though. You see that picture?
What? Although filming all the B-roll shots is fun, gotta get some of the good content of actually talking about what we're doing and like how we've been and what we've been up to. I know some of you guys might be wondering about the merchandise, Yeti and MJ, that we wear all the time in all the videos because we really love the merch that MJ made us. And yeah, MJ, you want to talk about the merch a little bit?
It's a design I made myself. We were able to get it vinyl printed. For those of you who know a little bit about screen printing, you know what that is. But it is available on Redbubble right now. You're able to purchase it on a lot of different items, including t-shirts, stickers, all sorts of things.
Just at this moment, the wind has kind of died down. There's Living with Little K. Way out there, pop. He's taking some videos and pictures. It is beautiful. I mean, I know it doesn't justify on a phone or even any kind of camera. It just doesn't justify through the lens of what this really is like being in these places. Last night, we had the fire going until late at night, and Living with Little K and I decided to go down into the woods in the dark to get some wood. And we should have filmed down there because that was an adventure all on its own. We heard some serious barking and noises, like some coyotes or wolves or whatever we heard, but we didn't stick around to find out. We just booked it back up the hill with our lumber and burned at what we could find. So yeah, it was an excursion. And now today's been pretty laid back, kind of just hanging around the fire, filming videos, cleaning everything. Yeah.
Work tomorrow.
Work tomorrow. Not for me. That's the title of this video. I'm done. Now I gotta get another job. Well, back on the prowl. We are in the van for the night. The fire is still going. Living with Little K's watching it a little bit more, and we are inside the van. I am going to take a little van shower, but I did want to get a little video of Sophie. We were putting the bed down into bed mode and she never moved. She just got buried in the pillows and she liked it. She's nice and warm. Sophie, what are you doing? Come here. What are you doing, girl? Aww. Well, let's take a little van shower tonight because I'm smell like all campfirey. Got the double pack of Dude wipes. I don't still have off-grid lights that plug in. I mean, we do have lights that plug in, but they are pulling a lot of watts, and right now we're using all the watts that we do have available for the fridge. So we don't have those lights available when we're off grid right now. We use the battery just click on ones, but it does us justice for now. We know where everything is, so yeah, I'm gonna give myself a little van shower here.
As you can see, Mr. Ahab is absolutely not white at all. So we took his harness off and we're going to give him a puppet. Well, We call it a pup bath because we use them more on her. But they're pet wipes and no running away. And they're supposed to get the dirt off, so let's do this.
Well, it's the last day that we're up at Cascade Mountain Camping Range or Fire Road. I believe it's, I'm not even gonna guess the number because I'm not entirely sure, but it's on free roam. This is how we found it. It's just right next to Colorado Springs. Very good camp spot. I actually really like coming here. It's been probably my 3rd or 4th time coming to this camp spot, and I really enjoy it because it's close to town. Right now I'm heating up some water, and MJ already left for work. Living with little K still here, and me and him are just kind of bull crapping around the fire and talking. We've had some difficulties with our Blue Eddy being ordered, and this is some serious stuff. It's like $1,700 that we had saved up, MJ and I, to buy this Blue Eddy on the Black Friday sale for $200 off. It was $1,700. And our money, for some reason, didn't get refunded, but they said we got refunded. And they said our payment was terminated, ultimately, because of, they thought it was declared as a high-risk payment. But we paid in full, so it didn't make any sense. And they wanted, like, a check, which seemed really shady. Blue Eddy doesn't get back to us and fix everything and get everything handled out. We will not be going with Blue Eddy in the end. I will probably still stick with Jackery because even though being a little bit more expensive, it's just going to take the cake for being easier, an easier product to work with and easier people to get a hold of when I need to. So that's important. Well, Rhonda has been started up, and I'm going to safely drive out of here without trying to run over any nails. I know this is a really bad spot for nails, everybody. This glass and nails here were really bad, but yeah, we're gonna put Rhonda to the test right now on some rocks and on some really stiff driving. So let's do that, focus on that. Rhonda made it through that one easy, no problem.
Life is an easier route.
Yeah, it was putting Rhonda to the test, that's why. I had him get away. She made it right up there. A little struggle, a little hesitation, but she got up there.
I don't have a screw in my tire.
Yeah. Wax your board today, big man. Wax the board today. Driving in the backcountry is probably one of my favorite places to drive. Way back there's little kid. And he's chugging along a lot slower than Rhonda, because Rhonda's got some seriously high clearance. So if he sees another dog. That's actually where I camped last year, in the wintertime, right across from this trailhead, and everybody parks at, and it's pretty public. That's about, I'd say, 10 minutes from where we were camping last night and the night before that. The roads are pretty bumpy. They're like rumbled, so that way you could get traction, but still, ultimately, pretty easy going roads for even a Honda to get through. So I think anyone can get through if they have the guts to get through it. I just had to show everyone that is Pikes Peak right there, and it is hard to stop and go on these hills to stop and see the view, but there are a few pull-offs, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's usually when it's in season, it's always crowded with people at that spot right there, but right now, since it's cold, it's only 55 degrees out, it's off season for most of the Colorado campers because they stay in tents on their roof of their car, so they don't stay in the winter usually. That's not to say no one does, it's just not usually. You'll see definitely a lot less campers out here than you would during the season, in season. season time. But I know it might be hard to see on the phone, but way out there are, all of these are the Rocky Mountains, which is pretty amazing, because like we stay in the Rocky Mountains. The past 3 days we stayed in the Rocky Mountains, and beyond here where there is no snow, not a drop of snow, all the valley out there has snow. Pikes Peak has snow, and Pikes Peak's the highest mountain in Colorado Springs area. It's just enormous. I mean, we're at 9,300 feet above sea level right here, so it's pretty high up, and it's crazy. I love the high elevation, but I also hate the high elevation. It makes easy tasks hard, but it makes for a great buzz for your beers.